Miguel's double life. I should have never listened to that, because some truths don't just hurt. They change the way you see everything. That night started like any other. Quiet. Ordinary. Forgettable. I was at home, putting a few things away before going to bed, when I noticed my sister Sandra's phone lying on the table. It didn't seem strange. She often left it there. We trusted each other. Completely. I had never gone through her phone. Not once. I never felt the need to. So why did my chest feel tight that night? Why did I suddenly feel watched? Even though I was alone, I picked up the phone, telling myself I would just move it somewhere safe. But my fingers hesitated. Then I unlocked it. The screen lit up. And in that exact moment, everything changed. Her location was on. I stared at it for a few seconds, waiting for my brain to catch up. Sandra wasn't at home. She wasn't at work. She wasn't anywhere she had told me she would be that day. She was in a gated community. A quiet, expensive neighborhood she always said she didn't even know. I zoomed in on the map. Once. Twice. Hoping it was a glitch. Hoping it was wrong. But it wasn't. The blue dot wasn't moving. It was completely still. Like it belonged there. Then I noticed the label, Family Home Residence 12. That word made my stomach drop. Home. Since when did my sister have a home I knew nothing about? I tried to laugh it off. Told myself I was overthinking. That there had to be an explanation. But deep down, something felt wrong. Painfully wrong. A few minutes later, Sandra called me. "Did you find my phone?" she asked. Her voice sounded different. Not calm. Not relaxed. Rushed. Nervous. Like someone might be listening. I said yes. Told her it was with me. There was a pause. Too long. Okay. I'll come get it later, she said, and hung up. She didn't say goodbye. I stared at the screen. That uncomfortable feeling grew stronger. I tried calling her back. No answer. I called again. Nothing. The third time, the call didn't even go through. That's when I stopped making excuses. It wasn't paranoia. It was fear. I ordered a taxi without telling anyone. Not even Miguel. Miguel, the man I loved. The man who told me he was single. Who said he lived alone. Who promised me a future. As the taxi drove through the city, my mind replayed moments I had ignored for months. The times Miguel cancelled plans at the last minute. The nights he disappeared. The way he always avoided certain questions. Why didn't I see it before I checked the location again? The blue dot was still there. Still not moving. When the taxi stopped, my heart started pounding. And then I saw it. A car I knew too well. Miguel's car. Parked right in front of that house. My hands started shaking. Why was my sister's location and my boyfriend's car in the same place? I walked toward the door slowly. My legs felt weak. I raised my hand, and hesitated. For a moment, I thought about leaving. Pretending none of this had happened. But some doors, once seen, can't be ignored. I rang the doorbell. The sound echoed in the silence. The door opened. A woman stood there, holding a baby in her arms. The baby was asleep. Peaceful. Unaware of the disaster unfolding. She looked at me with confusion. Not anger. Just exhaustion. "Can I help you?" she asked. My throat tightened. Is Miguel here? I said. She frowned slightly. My husband, he's bathing the baby. Who are you? That single word shattered everything. Husband. Miguel had sworn he was alone. That he had no commitments. That I was his future. From inside the house, I heard his voice. Laughing. Relaxed. At home. Moments later, Miguel walked into the room with a towel over his shoulder. His hair was wet. His face calm. Until he saw me. The color drained from his face. Frozen. Exposed. We stared at each other in silence. Seconds felt like hours. He tried to speak. But I didn't need words. His wife looked at him. And in that look, I saw recognition. Not shock. Not surprise. Understanding. She took a deep breath and said quietly, I knew sooner or later one of you would show up. One of you. That plural crushed me. How many women had there been? How many lies? I walked out of that house barely breathing. I thought the pain had reached its limit. I was wrong. Later that night, my neighbor called me. Her voice sounded uneasy. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I think you deserve to know. She said she had seen Sandra. With Miguel. Walking into my house. My house. That's when everything finally made sense. This betrayal didn't start that night. It had been growing for months. Right in front of me. I sat on the sidewalk, holding the phone. The location was still active. That blue dot. That house. That lie. And for the first time, I stopped lying to myself. The phone didn't betray me. Miguel did. Technology didn't ruin my life. It only showed me the truth my heart had been begging me to see. That night, I made a promise to myself. Never beg for love again. Never accept half-truths. Never become someone's secret. Because I wasn't the other woman. I was the truth. The truth he thought he could hide forever. And this is only one of the stories I survived.